I'm going to be reviewing the Sega Dreamcast. I just picked this up yesterday up at a game store for $30. I actually didn't pay a single penny. I just traded a bunch of old crap that I had. And, well worth it. I haven't cleaned it off yet. There's still stuff on it, but very good system. Totally, at least in my opinion, an underrated system. A lot could have been done with it, but, you know, Sega went bankrupt, and I hate to say it, but this is one of the systems that helped make them go bankrupt. Alright, so first I'm going to start here with the system. It featured 4 controller ports, and had a lot of good games, too, that supported 4-player support. A lot of good fighting games and stuff. This is definitely a good party system. Another thing, too, inside of here, you know how a lot of top-loading game systems, the discs scratch as they're spinning? Sometimes they scratch on this plastic here. Well, the Dreamcast has special pads right here, and a ridge right here, so that the disc was constantly being lifted up from the plastic, so it wouldn't scratch like a lot of top-loading CD systems used to. And I thought that was pretty neat. Another thing, too, a lot of people do know about this. The Dreamcast plays pirated games without any mod chip. You just copy the game, stick it in, and it'll play it. Lots of good homebrew out there, too. Like, lots of cool homebrew, like cheat systems, and as far as I know, there's one homebrew that lets you copy the games onto your memory card for the Dreamcast. There's all kinds of cool mods out there too, where you can wire from the serial port here. You can wire an SD card reader and just stick in like an SD card, and sometimes even a USB reader you can stick in there. And you can read your games off of different types of drives. Also here, this was the first game system to have online support, so you could play games multiplayer online. This is the adapter for it. As you can imagine, it used old DSL dial-up, so it goes right here in the serial port here. And there were a lot of good online games, and one particular one that I know of, the server for it is shut down now, but it used to be a great game when the server was up, was Phantasy Star Online. Great online game for this, and just a really good game. And there are also web browser CDs you can get for this, so you can browse the internet on here. And if you do have the Dreamcast modded, so you can put different types of drives in there, like SD cards and stuff, you could download stuff from the internet using the system. There's lots of homebrew out there for web browsing, all kinds of cool stuff. And now I'm going to show you the controller here. Also, a very unique controller. I highly doubt you'll ever find a game system out there in history that had a controller like this. It had one joystick, a D-pad, 4 of your letter buttons, and the letter buttons are kind of like Nintendo's, like that's your A, B, X, and Y. And as far as I know, this was the first controller to have triggers, like what the 360 has. And that feels great when you're playing racing games on here. And this right here was the memory card. This thing was so cool. There was a special cable you could buy that you'd plug in here. You needed to attach it to someone else's memory card, and you could transfer data directly using a cable to other memory cards. And there was also a little Tamagotchi type of thing on here, where you could have a character on here and you could battle with other people's memory card characters. Really cool. It even saves all your data for what games you've played. Not just game saves, but like actual titles. Like it has a history on here of games you've played. Really fun system to work with. Very easy to use. I wish memory cards nowadays could still be like this. And just like what the 64 did, it would plug right in your controller. But the cool thing about this one was it had a screen, so as you plugged it in here, the screen would show in any game you were playing a little picture of the image of the game case would show up here. Like if you're playing Crazy Taxi, the Crazy Taxi logo would show up there. If you're playing like Shenmue logo would show up there. Stuff like that. And also, a weird thing too is the wire hangs down from the bottom, but there's a little thing where it attaches right here. So you can do that. And a very nice feeling controller. It's got blade-like handles, so you can just hold it nice and firm, which makes it great for fighting games and racing games. And now about the games that were made for it. I only have 2 here to show you because I just got this yesterday. But there are 3 colors of cases you will find for the Dreamcast. There's your white cases. The white cases are the older ones that'll have white like this. And then some of the final releases, like before people stopped making games for this, had black cases. And then Sega Dreamcast, Sega's version of Greatest Hits, or Platinum Hits, their version of it had orange colored discs. So, alright, I'm going to hook up the system and do a review on that then.
Dude, check it out in the next link. Alright, have a good day, guys.